What are static and dynamic characters? Within a narrative, characters are classified as either static or dynamic. The classification identifies the character development through the course of a story. Static characters undergo little to no development, while dynamic characters change in some substantial way. Authors use dynamic characters to make works more realistic, move the plot forward, and inspire readers to believe that they too can change. Authors can use static characters to provide insight into what would happen if the protagonist refuses to change, often motivating them to act. Static characters can represent a certain ideal the dynamic character struggles with. The static character reflects the conflict the dynamic character must overcome. As a dramatic foil, a character included to directly contrast with the protagonist. Static characters help the reader determine how much the dynamic character has changed by comparison. Dynamic characters mainly experience internal change. Any external effects, like a change in appearance, stem from the inner change. The character's development is not altered due to a change in their circumstances, but from their response to those circumstances. The change experienced by a dynamic character is often subtle and not too stated outright. Their confrontation of the conflict often indicates the manner of their transformation. The protagonist of a story tends to be a dynamic character and is directly involved within the conflict of the story. Overcoming that conflict typically leads to some significant change. Very rarely the change a dynamic character experiences is negative or detrimental. Usually a dynamic character learns a lesson that changes them for the better. Round characters have multiple character traits and are usually complex. Static characters remain the same throughout the story. While their circumstances may change, their personality, philosophy, and/or outlook does not. The antagonist of a story is often static. Their purpose is to hinder the protagonist in some way and provide the resistance the protagonist needs to grow. Minor characters tend to be static. They guide the protagonist, directly or indirectly, to confront the conflict and experience change. Flat characters are usually one-dimensional, limited to a few personality traits and minimal backstory.